Hello and welcome back to another video of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Everything is just as we left it from last time. So if you remember, we've got the block of flats, we've got the coal power plant, coal processing plant and the coal mine. It may not have been totally clear as to maybe what the objective of this game is. I guess it's open for interpretation, but what I would say is it's just a case of trying to get to a point of self-sustainability. So you can create your own buildings using your own materials, that sort of thing, and then just grow your town out that way, maybe even into a big city, rather than rely on importing goods and make a bit of money while you're at it. What I'm really going to be doing here is just showing you how things work in maybe not as aesthetically pleasing ways as you can make when you make your own towns and cities, where you can plan things maybe a bit better, make roads nicer shapes, that kind of thing. But yeah, just for the purposes of me showing you how things work. Things may not be as tidy as you can do yourselves, but hopefully you'll find it useful anyway. So if we carry on now, this isn't something I was going to cover, but on my first attempt at this video a little while earlier this evening, a fire broke out and it completely threw me off. So what I will want to do first is actually build a fire station in case the same thing happens again, so just for safety really. So if we go construction and we find the fire station equipment for citizens and then fire station. So again, it's run from the power of workers, so we keep it close to the flat. Again, what's a bit annoying is we can't see the distance like we can from the power plant, so we can't see how far we can stretch something without losing connectivity to a house. But I guess that's fair enough because it doesn't know where the footpaths are at the moment. So I know this might be a valid spot just here. So zoom in, hold shift and use the mouse wheel. And you can turn it by using the mouse wheel without the shift key. So I'll put this down here. This might take a little bit of road adjustment afterwards as well, but hopefully we can see quick enough. So when a building is yellow, hold down the left mouse button just to flatten the land. When it goes green, pop it down. So if we worry about the footpath first, just to link that to the block of flats so we can get some workers in there, just as we did before. That's nicely. And then we need a road so the fire truck can get out. You got the same old problem of the hill as we had last time in the gradients. We'll do what we did last time. We'll use the middle mouse wheel to make the land adjustment a small area. Again, make it as big as you want by using the mouse wheel, make it as small as you want. It's quite a small area we just need to adjust here. So I'm hoping this might work just by lowering the ground. Not much, did it? Let's do it in bits. There you go, it's fine now. Very temperamental like that. Maybe we can make it come around this way. Again, as I said at the beginning of the video, we'll have plenty of time to make things look aesthetically pleasing once you get stuck in. But yeah, fire station's there. People will man it. Don't know if anyone has yet, but they will do. It's in walking distance, so there will be staff eventually. We do need a fire truck though, however, you'll see we don't have any fire trucks. And so again, we can buy in dollars, and there aren't any actually in dollars at this moment in time. But we've got a couple that we can buy from rubles. So if you ever have a selection of vehicles, just hover over the vehicle itself and it tells you a bit about it. So this is 62 kilometers an hour, 6 tons, 118 kilowatts of power, and a level 10. This one here, I'd say it's a lot worse. It's a level 4. It doesn't look as good, I'd say, in terms of a fire truck as the one we've just purchased just there. So the fire truck is, you can see it there in the garage, just there. So that, if there's a fire, it will deal with it. And I don't want that to happen again, like I had to deal with in the earlier take of this video, and it completely threw me off course. So what I did want to cover was, and I said this in the last video, we're going to sell some of our power. Now you can see that we're producing power and our coal is going up, so it means that we're not burning off enough power that we require, so there is some electricity for us to sell. And you can sell loads of different things on here, from products to electricity like we're going to do. But for electricity, we use these exit wires at the border here, as opposed to this building. This building here allows you to trade physical items such as iron, steel, gravel. You'll see everything listed there. But electricity is just what we're going to try and do for this. So to try and get power from our plant to the border, we go on to our infrastructure. Then we want the high voltage wires and the high voltage wires here, and it has to be the high voltage wires for this particular job. And you'll see we've got these two yellow voltage arrows coming out of the power plant, and we've got a yellow voltage arrow coming out of the exit power lines there. So same principle as a lot of games like this, just drag from one of the places we want to take from. So one of the yellow voltage bars there, keep it close to the mountainside, and we'll link it. You'll see that this voltage sign goes a bit larger when you know you've got the connection. So to actually start selling the power, you need to actually click on here, and you've got an export sell mode or import purchase mode. You can buy electricity if you're short on it for whatever reason, but we're okay, we're going to sell some. So the minute we're selling 0%. So let's ramp that up to 10%, and then have a look and see what happens to our coal storage as we do so. Slowed down, and that's because the demand has now gone up by 10% because we're exporting 10%, and therefore the coal is now more required. If we were to up it to 20%, it'll probably start going down or remain completely static. It looks static. So if we go up another one, it will probably go down. There we go. Now we're using too much. So I'm going to actually set this at 10% because as we start building other things, the use of coal will go up, and don't want to end up being in a deficit for that. So just to give you a rough plan of what I intend to happen is, again, just for the purpose of showing you how to play this, I'm going to treat this as some sort of industrial sector eventually, and I'm going to come over here and have like more of a suburb so people can live and play, and then eventually we'll show you how to build bus routes to come into the work area once I've built a few industrial things. So if we just start actually by building some housing out here, and then I can show you how to get electricity out a little bit further from the main base, which is quite important. So let's just start with some housing. So construction, residential buildings, and again, just as said in the first video, different size, different material buildings. We'll have a mid-range sort of establishment here, just because once we start getting more places to work, we've got some spare workers to do so. So it's a decent size. So let's just put this here. Okay. So rotate it with the mouse wheel, and we'll have it facing here. And we'll have one next door as well. There we go. And then we'll look to get an initial road system. Let's see if this will allow us to build. So remember with the roads, if it's yellow, right click, and it'll level out some of the land for you until it goes green. Then you can place it. Doesn't like that. Maybe if we do it in bits and see if that will allow it going off at a different angle. There we go. That's fine. So if we just build it down like that, then we can have links to the road like that, which will eventually be needed. Okay. And I mentioned the fact we need to get some power out here, because obviously these don't have any power. That's one of the issues. So to get power, we need a substation, which effectively expands the range of this main station. So we can get that through energy related, or we get that through infrastructure and our medium voltage wires. Let's just grab the electric substation from here. And if we perhaps put this near the two houses. We might just zoom in just to see if we can place it, because it's quite a small structure. You can see it's gone green, so we'll place it. Okay, and you'll also see it's got a symbol, just like the larger one has, but a smaller voltage sign, yellow voltage sign, and that basically means we've got to connect, or can connect, some medium voltage wires. So we've got 3 different flavors of medium voltage. Ones that provide a very small wattage, a medium amount of wattage, and quite a lot of wattage, so 2.2. So we'll go for that one because it can carry more, therefore has more capacity for later. And we'll see these smaller yellow voltage signs. So we're going to get that connected power station to our new substation. And these can go over roads and other structures, but you've got to get the angles right, otherwise if it's too tight, it won't allow it. And these can go under the larger pylons as well. Sometimes I find this handy if they can meet in the middle. So if we just try and... don't think they're connected. Let's not do that at all. Let's try it. And just do that. Again, messy. But everything can always just be bulldozed and moved around later. In fact, I might do that later before the next video. But for now, it doesn't matter. So you'll see our substation has 22 volts. And it's now powering our 2 block of flats. There's no issue with the power. There's obviously other issues. We'll try and address those in a moment. So a couple of the issues that we'll try and address now for this video are the kindergartens. So to get that, it's in construction, and then education related, where you'll find all sorts of different educational buildings, from kindergartens, schools, universities, hostels. So let's try and alleviate some of the demands. So we'll actually get one of these placed here, so it's green. We don't need to worry about any movement. And then we go get a footpath just to connect our kindergarten up. And we want both flats to be able to access the kindergarten as easy as possible. So we'll do that. And we'll do that. We'll do that as well. So now you'll see not only has the kindergarten got power, if we hover over that, it's also within walking distance of our 2 flats, and you'll see it's fully staffed, and it can start taking on babies to go to the kindergarten. So that's all good stuff. We could have another one over here just to please this flat, but we won't worry about this one for the time being, because I think all the action over here, where I'm going to try and please everyone, will come from, or come for these 2 flats. So just get some entertainment for them. So what do people like? I mean, they like pubs, don't they? So I'm sure they'd like a pub. We can put this behind, because you can see there's some walking ability or footpath ability behind flats. So we'll pop that there. And actually there's road access too, which we can always connect later. Bit of land movement needed. And let's use our hotkey number 2, as you can see we're set up here to get some footpaths attached. And we want to make it possible for everyone to access it. Okay, and another bit of entertainment, I think. Let's get a football pitch. Can we get that in the middle there? Yes, excellent. There we go. That just keeps people happy. And one other thing, quite important, is you'll see some of the concerns, if I just clear this, are what we've got here. So food, meat, clothes, say, yeah. So to resolve the issue of lack of food, meat and clothes, we can have a grocery store to address the food issue. We can have a small store to deal with the clothes, and some electronics issue if that's a demand of theirs. But these are quite handy, the shopping centres, because they provide a bit of everything. So large shopping centre is probably not required at this stage, so just a small shopping centre. We can pop that. We put that here. Everyone can get to that. You'll notice for things like this, remember at the beginning of the video I said the idea of this game is to become self-sufficient. When this is built, you'll see that we're having to buy everything in. It happens automatically, so we're automatically buying in food, automatically buying clothes, electronics, and that will keep happening until we are self-sufficient. You'll see sellers come in who are workers, and they can then sell to these 58 shoppers. So that should alleviate some of the problems too, and start to see these go down in time once you start addressing all of the individual issues. Sometimes you might need 2 stores, sometimes you might need 2 malls, depending on how many people you have to please. Obviously they're going to need to go to work, so what I would say now is we'll leave this video here, and in the next one we will look at being able to get these people to work other than places they can around the flat, so somewhere around here, so they can go to work in the coal power station, they can go to work in the processing plant or the coal mine, and then we'll build some other industry, so perhaps stone quarries to then convert into gravel, all different places they can work. So we're going to look for our industrial heartland to be here, and we will move our workers by bus from here. So I'll show you how to do all that in the next video. So see you in the next one, and thank you for watching.